Hello and welcome to Tech24. I'm Annelise Borges. Coming up, want to know who will make the best president, Romney or Obama? Or what soccer players to put together to win the next World Cup? Predictive analytics has the answers to these questions and more. In today's show, we discuss big data and the future of predicting the future. And in Test24, we present you a tool to monitor the weather and the quality of the air around you. We'll take a look at the first personal weather station. Forget about your gut feeling. Who's got time for instincts anyway? The future has arrived even for the way we predict the future. I'm talking about predictive analytics. The concept is not new. It consists of gathering current and historic information on a subject, transforming all that data into numbers and models to predict outcomes and future events. What is new is the amount of data. The world is flooded with bits and bytes and creating more of them by the microsecond. According to the technology corporation IBM, we create 2.5 quintillion bytes of data every day. How? Well, think about the sensors used to gather climate information or the stuff you post to social media sites. Pictures and videos uploaded to the web, purchase transaction records, non-stop mobile phone GPS signals. The list goes on and on. There's a name for all this information. It's called big data. When experts and corporations correlate all this big data, they believe they can predict what will happen next by analyzing the trend of what has happened so far. The extension of the area where predictive analytics can be applied is vast. It can be used to spot business trends, determine the quality of research, prevent disease, combat crime, and even determine real-time roadway traffic conditions. Using predictive analytics, IBM announced the winner of Eurovision 2012 4 days before the end of the singing contest by calculating numbers related to tweets and mentions on other social networks. Mark Edwards joins me now in the studio. Mark, one could say that we're experiencing a real data deluge, but experts say with big data analytics, we can make real progress and measurable change in segments like health, for example, which is already happening in New York City.
Absolutely. I mean, the truth is prevention is always better than a cure, and it's certainly a lot cheaper. And what we can do with big data, obviously we can see people's medicating habits, we can see demographics, whether it's healthier to live in the city or in the country. But if we look at a city in particular that's got a lot of big events coming up in Brazil, we've got Rio, have obviously got the World Cup and the Olympics. Now they have developed a smart city in conjunction with IBM, and what they're doing, they're bringing together all of this information to try and predict the future, predict when flash floods could happen, when rain could happen, and then work on their emergency response system, which could help save lives and is a fantastic innovation from their part.
But making predictions based on information available on the web is a tremendous tool for companies to know what we want and how we will get it.
It's not exactly a new thing. Supermarkets have been doing this for a long time. If any of you have got your supermarket, your loyalty cards, they know exactly what you're purchasing. The difference is now it's not just getting more of the products you're purchasing. What they're actually doing is they're seeing where you're going within a supermarket. Amazon, for instance, if we go back to web-based analytics, Amazon knows exactly. How do they know that they recommend things to you? How do they know that that's exactly what I wanted to buy? That's because they know what I'm clicking on, where I'm going, the sort of things that I'm looking at, and the sort of things that other people like me are looking at. And what they're calling that is the customer link analysis. And phone companies as well are doing this, where they try and work out who are the people who have the most inbound calls more than outbound. And they will focus on these people and say that these are the sort of the bigger people within a social network, and they will target their marketing strategies at these sorts of people. It's incredible. We're being watched all the time.
It is also being used by company CEOs to make strategic decisions in terms of leading their business, even in sports. For example, Rick Welts, president and chief operating officer of NBA team Golden State Warriors, where they use cameras and analytics to capture every player movement. And then all this information is used to create reports for coaches as they tweak player performances.
It's fascinating. In the Premier League in the UK, they've been using Opta stats, the Opta index, where you can see every single blade of grass that's been covered by every player. Even if he's only on for 10 minutes, you'll know exactly his heartbeat, his heart rate, everything, the amount of passes he's made, he's missed, the goals, the finishing, absolutely everything. Fantastic use of data analytics in sport.
And the IT research firm Gartner says the hunt for business relevant information tucked away in databases and social media will drive $28 billion in information technology spending this year and 34 billion in 2013. So it's understandable really that giants like IBM, Oracle and SAP want to be part of the predictive analytics market.
Oh, I mean, there's a big pie out there, and they are trying to get a slice of that pie. And it's no surprise because effectively they're in there with big companies. They're in there, they've been doing some of the data analytics for big corporations, but now you're seeing the rise of Google, and suddenly Google's already so entrenched in this market that they're thinking, right, we need to catch up. There's so much money at stake here. We need to be involved. The competition's going up, and we've got other smaller companies as well getting involved. There's a lot of money out there. There's a lot of people wanting a slice of that pie.
Thanks for that, Mark. And we'll move on now because it's time for Test 24. In our test segment this week, we introduce you to NetAtmo, the urban weather station. It is the first personal weather station for iPhone, iPad, and iPod Touch. With its air quality sensors, you can monitor indoor and outdoor temperature, humidity, air pressure, and CO2 levels. Mark, how's the quality of the air here in the France 24 studios?
Well, as much as I'd love to lie, unfortunately we haven't. No, wait.
Don't lie.
We haven't linked it up within the studio. What we've done is it's actually linked up to a house by the sea and another office in Paris. But if I just show you what we've got here, we've got two sensors. The larger one is you keep that inside the house to measure the quality of the air, the humidity, the temperature, the noise pollution. This one is the more durable one, which you measure from the outside. It's waterproof, and again, great for noise pollution and air pollution and sound pollution, absolutely
everything.
Everything.
It works with an app.
It works directly with the app. The app is completely free to download, and what you do is you relay it in. So here we've got the humidity, the CO2 quality, the sound levels in this office in Paris. And what you do is then we can go and look at the house. If I just have a quick look here, is it not coming on? It's no, it's not working.
So you're connected to both locations, and you can
exactly. You can compare the two, and it's a lovely device. It's doing fantastically well in the USA. I think they're particularly keen there to know every little detail about what's going on. You know, they've got these smart homes with the electricity levels, the energy levels. Here they can find out all about whether it's too polluted, and it could work in, you know, office situations. Turn down, you don't have a big meeting because already there's too much air pollution inside, and that sort of thing. So
what about the price? How much does it cost?
It's retailing at 169 euros, and it really is. It's quite a specific thing. So adequately priced, I would say. Adequately priced, but the app is free.
Okay, thank you very much, Mark. And thank you for watching this edition of Tech 24. Don't forget you can give us your feedback on the show via Facebook or on Twitter at TechF24. And finally, Google opens the door to its memory. From Finland to Iowa, we can now take a sneak peek at Google's secretive server farms around the globe. These spots are where Google keeps all its clusters to process search requests, show YouTube video clips, and distribute email from millions of people. We leave you with these images of where the internet lives. I'll see you next week.